Good afternoon. Welcome to today's PowerBoost. It's a rainy day in New York, in Manhattan, but it's a lovely day. It's a beautiful moment, and moment after moment is beautiful. So today's topic, the power, the beauty, the joy of the moment. We have, at the Brahma Kumaris centers, we have daily spiritual classes. And this morning, what was shared was very, very inspirational for me. And I thought to share some thoughts of what I have learned, what I have understood in the morning with you. And these are aspects that we study here daily, in a daily manner. Ideas, concepts, information that we reflect on deeply. And there is that whole aspect of dying, fear of dying in this world. And especially at current times is a fear that is very palpable, very tangible because of all the stuff that is happening in the world. When there is fear of dying, there's a lot of, no, it's not a very pleasant experience. It's traumatic, right? But also the whole aspect of death is, to some degree, I find, still a big taboo in this world, in many societies. We try to, many of us, not everyone, but many of us, we don't really want to think about it. We don't want to really put our thoughts, our feelings to this topic of or aspect of life. And why? Is also because of fear. Fear is a very destructive energy. Fear is very destructive, and it destroys also our future. It has a lot of power. And many times is ruling us. And so fear of the unknown is one of the biggest fears. And that's the fear when it comes to dying, the fear of unknown, of what's going to happen and where I'm going to go and all of this. But I'm also here to share with you more from a spiritual aspect, spiritual perspective approach to this whole aspect of dying. And something that has become very energizing for me, very relieving, liberating, is that whole understanding that there is soul, there is consciousness, and there is body. Yeah, the body is made out of the 5 elements. And then there's the soul, consciousness, which actually is completely different, has completely different characteristics and qualities and powers compared to matter. And to understand that soul consciousness is playing a part, is expressing itself through this body. The body is like a vehicle, a costume. I, the soul, I am like an actor. Yeah. and I play my part through this body. So there's a very deep connection between me, the soul, and my body. But one key thing to understand is that who is the one saying I and mine? So my sense of self, my identity, which is one of the deepest aspects of us beings to realize, but then also everything else, my awareness, my way of thinking, attitude, intention, my vision, my actions, what I do in the world, eventually the personality I create, even destiny, is all linked back to my identity. So identity is really one of the deepest aspects of the self. And so when there is a spiritual awakening, spiritual enlightenment based on understanding, based on knowledge, based on understanding, the intellect in the being, intellect in the consciousness is awakening to the truth of the self. And the fundamental truth is that I am, I exist, and I am a being of light. I am consciousness, and I am aware of my own existence. Now that I know, I can be aware of myself. Not only I exist and I am in this body, but I'm also the one who is speaking and at other times listening. I, the being, I, the conscious being of light, I am the one who is experiencing everything. And I, the being of light, I have the power to think, the power to feel, the power to choose, many more powers, the power to make decisions, reasoning. Memories are part of my consciousness. Actually, everything we do moment by moment gets memorized. And there's much more information and knowledge to that. But that whole realization, you know, there's that saying, mind over matter. When we are completely self-aware, once we have understood that we are spiritual beings, and peace, love, happiness, and all the other qualities and powers that I mentioned, they are part of me, part of my consciousness, part of who I am. They are not who I am, but abilities that I am. Abilities that I have. I am a peaceful soul, a pure soul, a happy soul, and I have all these abilities, and I play my part through this body. So when it is time for me to leave this body, when the account with this vehicle finishes, and nowadays you don't know, right? Could be any moment. So that's why I then actually realized how important it is to live life moment by moment, be in the present moment, right here, right now, and I can experience my inner peace. I can experience being peaceful, being loveful, being happy. I can be happy just now. It's a choice, right? And the more I live my life in a very conscious way, based on the understanding that these beautiful qualities that we all desire to experience in life, that's who I am. I just need to be willing to take a moment to experience them. and let go of everything else and just be happy. But sometimes I find we are too busy to be peaceful. We don't want to learn to meditate because I'm so busy. Yes, we are all busy. And I know from my own self, there are these moments, oh no, I don't want to meditate now. I don't want to go into silence now. I want to finish this. But that actually means this would be a moment where I need or would need silence, meditation, like most importantly, to come back in the moment, to pause, stop, and realize and be, instead of being driven by tasks, what I have to, what I think, I believe I need to, for whatever reason. But my existence, my well-being, my identity, my value, my self-worth is totally independent of anything of this world. Not what I did, what I didn't, what I did or accomplished or what I didn't accomplish. Based on, what's happening, how we perceive and understand, we feel one moment happy, the other moment upset. And we create all sorts of beliefs about the self, and how I see myself is all fake. Because bottom line, I am a peaceful, beautiful, pure, happy, wise, strong being of light. And I've come here into this world, into this body, and probably many other bodies, to just play out my part. And so if I learn to live my life moment by moment and bring in quality of peace, kindness, love, compassion, respect, sweetness, my last moments when I have to leave this costume will be beautiful, easy, happy. And so, of course, my last thought will take me to my next destination. So let us have some reflection, some meditation on this aspect. So sit quietly. Take note, become aware of the posture of your body. Let the weight of the body be carried by the chair that you sit on. Become aware of the breathing of the body. Consciously take one breath in and exhale. And for the next few moments, just observe. Be aware of the breathing of the body. And then gradually, I turn the attention more inward, consciously. I turn the mind on itself. I go deeper within. It's like I dive, I connect, I tune in to a much more subtle, invisible dimension of existence. I temporarily, based on choice, I leave behind the tangible, the physical. I go beyond, I go deeper, higher, below, beyond, whatever word you want to choose. Beyond my ordinary thinking, beyond my physical sense perception. Life, the mind, is filled with experiences of this world that I perceive, things that I perceive through my physical sense organs. But in the invisible, subtle world of being, there's another dimension. There's another realm of existence I can tune into. And that is beyond all these physical sense impressions. I'm connecting to an eternal truth, to my consciousness of being, to qualities within the being that are innate, that are always there. And as I connect to this very subtle dimension, to the innate goodness of the being, and the being itself is imperishable. It always exists. Consciousness always exists. But the power, the beauty, the newness now is that I have come to know about myself as an imperishable being of light. And I'm seated just behind the center of the forehead. I'm this incredible spiritual being. And my innate quality, my natural nature, my original state of being is peaceful. I am a peaceful being. But in the past, when I have played my part through these bodies, without knowledge, without understanding, without knowing of my own self, and in a state of weakness, I got attached, and life became scary. But now, based on understanding, and with the help of the Supreme Being, I can free myself from this attachment, this illusion that I am a mortal being. I am a peaceful being, a soul, and I'm distinct from this body. I am in this body, but not of this body. And my original nature is one of being peaceful, pure, clean, happy. Knowing this about myself, I can become free of fear. And as I use the organs of the body, the eyes, the mouth, the ears, I express I not only do or speak or look, but now I do so peacefully, sweetly, kindly, knowing that I, the being, I'm looking through these eyes and I'm looking at other beings, not visible to this body, not visible to these eyes, but I know that you exist. I know that also your original state of being is one of complete peace. And so the more I start to live my life with this awareness, moment by moment, even my last moments, when I have to leave this costume, I will do so happily, not out of fear, because I have become free from attaching myself to this body and taking my identity from this body. I am a peaceful being, a peaceful soul, using this body. And now I'm also interacting with other beings, connecting with their being, knowing that they too play their part through their bodies. And so we can now create and experience freedom of fear, becoming liberated in life from illusions, bondages, and all these emotional addictions. I free myself while being alive, while being conscious of who I am and playing my part through this body. Om Shanti.